Hi there and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel Unapologetic with Lorelei. Today from another nice piece of nature here that I'm going to share with you soon and show you around, and show you around where I am. I can show you a little bit already. It's pretty nice and pretty peaceful at the moment and the sun is just about going down behind the trees behind me. But all in all it's very nice. But what I wanted to talk with you about was the topic for today. And I think it's especially for those who are constantly thinking about how other people feel or will perceive your words before you say anything or before you make a move or before you act. And well, especially for you if you are that kind of person. And I think maybe somewhere along the line we all do it sometimes. But if it's really becoming a habit or it has been a habit for you for maybe many years, then this might be for you because you have to stop managing other people's emotions. It's really not for you and it's exhausting. So before I'm going to talk more about it, I hope you're going to join me on my walk here and show you around here. And let's talk more about the topic. So I'm going to flip the screen and I'll be seeing you on the other side. Right, so here it is. I could still catch the sun a little bit for you. It's going down and trying to hide between those trees, but it's really beautiful and the sky is turning a little bit more yellow and goldish. I think that's why it's called the golden hour. But well, coming back on the topic where I was just talking about, so I started to talk about is that if you constantly think about how others will feel before you say or do anything, then yeah, you might want to think again actually, and find a way of undoing that habit or change that habit around a little bit because managing other people's emotions is sometimes, well, maybe many women become very good at, and myself including. I must admit that, and but I'm unlearning it, and because I know it's not a healthy way anymore, and it's about time I'm stopping that because if you can sense the mood and you can anticipate on the reactions and you soften your words or you avoid conflict or what else can you do? You step quickly in when you step in quickly when somebody feels upset, or as you try to keep everything emotionally stable. I'm pretty guilty of that, especially when it's around my own children and my family. It hurts if I see them fighting, and yeah, it's one of those things that I want to step in and want to see everybody happy. And but for a long time, I thought I was being a very caring mother, and that I was just being kind, and it was the responsible thing to do. But I did have to learn something there, and it's a very healthy lesson I had to learn here. And because managing other people's emotions, whether they're people from close by or further away from you, it's not the same as caring for them. And well, it's very interesting if you can differentiate those two things, because it's taking responsibility for feelings that are not really yours to carry. And well, as I said, I think that's a pretty heavy lesson, and a heavy lesson I learned from it anyhow. And because my pattern really is, and maybe your pattern too, it's if you are doing this as well, then it's usually starts early from when you're probably already younger, and also that you learn to read the room, and then you learn what's causing all the tension, and you learn how to keep things calm, and that skill, it does help you to survive very difficult moments and in very difficult environments sometimes, or complicated environments, or toxic environments even. And but that but what once protected you rather then can later really exhaust you because that habit became too strong. And I believe it even can become like a second nature to you, and this is not very healthy, and it really can exhaust you to a point of it's really not funny anymore, let me tell you. And especially in families, when you're used to manage all the emotions, it's incredibly hard, I find, to stop doing it with the people you love most, and you don't want to upset them, and you don't want no conflict, or you don't want them to distance themselves from you, and you also don't want to feel like you failed. And then what you do probably is you keep stepping in. But for me, there was a turning point really, and I realized that, yeah, it was also when my children started to become bigger, young adults, and I had to really unlearn certain things, which is nothing but normal. But yeah, you still have to learn it because you're not being born with knowing how to be a good mom or how to be a good dad or so. And I realized that by managing everybody else's emotions, um, I was really abandoning my own emotions. And it sounds like, you can hear it all over the internet probably, or so many motivational gurus or people talking about it. But I'm talking just from my own experience in that respect, because I was really tired. I really became extremely tired from deep within, and tense, and I was always on alert and always thinking 3 steps ahead of things. And I believe something had to change. And there were some turning points, because also my children had yeah, they reached certain milestones, if you can say it like that. Like very simple. They all have their own driver's license now. They all have their own car, so nobody's depending on mom anymore for bringing and picking them up and something like that. It's very simple, but it's little things that really can make you all of a sudden realize, like, I've been stuck in this for a pretty long time. And um, and stopping it doesn't mean like I turn cold or that you will become cold. So don't be afraid for that. I hope you're not, because you're not doing anything wrong, or you don't have to feel guilty for anything like that. But it means, it doesn't mean that withdrawing with love, um, that you're ignoring people all of a sudden, because you don't. You really don't. It's, in fact, you have been ignoring yourself for a pretty long time. And uh, and and I must say, you can't catch up time, but you can change that from where you are at that particular moment, or right now, actually, even. So I don't know if what I'm saying resonates to you, or if you can feel what I'm saying, or if you know people in your surroundings who are dealing with that or going through it at the moment. I have to interrupt myself here because I do hope you like the scenery that I'm showing you here. A little hint, a little tip, rather. Um, a lot of people are watching YouTube on their mobiles, which is of course great because that's almost always at hand. But I can tell you, I personally, yeah, watch my own videos, but other ones as well, and it's really beautiful to watch this on TV. So it's just a little tip. I'm not making any money from it, or I'm trying to trick you into anything. Just a little tip that you might enjoy watching this on TV. But coming back to the topic, as I said, it doesn't mean becoming cold, and it doesn't mean you ignore anybody, but it means that you're trusting that the other adults, yes, and also your children who are becoming adults, can handle their emotions without you carrying them, and then discomfort is not danger. If they go through some form of discomfort, I mean, they grow from it and they become adults from it, and disappointment is also not harm. um, of course, you want to protect them for certain things, but they have to go through things to become emotionally intelligent. Even and not only them, but myself as well, because you yourself also, you never stop learning. I guess you never say, okay, now I'm an emotionally mature person, and that's it, and I can stop doing it, stop learning now. And also, I believe that somebody else's feelings, they're not always an emergency. So when you can stop managing other people's emotions, I just experienced that really something really surprising happens, and it's all really for the positive, for the better. And because you can breathe, and you can become calmer, and your nervous system really resets itself, and any kind of relationship becomes more honest, even specifically the one with yourself as well. So I hope this might be a reminder for you that if you are in this particular or going through these particular things, that's what I just talked about, um, that you can love people. I really believe so. You can love people without managing their emotions, and it was really never your job to do. And maybe when they were small, your children, for instance, are small, then maybe yes, for a great part. But you learn to not let go, but let it. Well, maybe that is the right word, to let go. So, but by now you probably realize that I'm not English is not my mother tongue, and I'm doing my best here, and I hope I make some sense, and my words meant something to you, or you can pass them on to somebody who might need to hear this. And I'm actually posting my videos daily. I'm doing my daily walks and talks, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I thank you very much for joining me on my walk here. And you can always subscribe to my channel if that's what you would like. And you can leave a comment. I will certainly read it. I will reply to it. Or you can leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down, which will be said, but it's always possible. Whatever you choose to do, I wish you have a nice day.